This week on Media Talk, issues with online classes. It's a discussion that comes from the street. It comes from the homes. It comes from the children. It comes from the parents. And I trust that this week you'll join us. Don't miss. It promises to be very enlightening, very engaging, very interesting. A blessing awaits. Media Talk this week. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We're very happy that you have joined us today. I know that some of you are watching via NCU TV, some of you are right here on Instagram. We're very happy that you are here with us for the first edition of Media Talks. Media Talks, where we rock all points. We go to the streets, we go to the classrooms. You hear from people right here in our media house. And I must tell you that today we're fortunate to have with us Miss Trudian Brooks. Miss Trudian Brooks, of course, is a representative from the Ministry of Education. And I must also tell you that she is a media analyst. You know, we're very fortunate to have somebody like this with us. Not very often we get people like this with us, you know, because of their calendar of events. They're very, very busy. But help me welcome Miss Brooks with us. And before I ask her to introduce herself, I also want to welcome our in-house guest. You know, we have a number of people in-house with us, but I allow Miss Brooks, since she's on set, to speak to you all and just to give a brief introduction of herself, tell you a little bit more about herself. Miss Brooks, welcome. We're very happy that you could have joined us.
Hi, thank you for having me, and I'm happy to take the time out to be here. Hello, viewers. I am Trudian Brooks, and I am the media advisor and a representative from the Ministry of Education, where all your facts will definitely come true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can understand why we would have gotten her, because she ensured that all her facts definitely come through. It's a wonderful thing to have you, Miss Brooks, and I can see from where I'm sitting. Though I cannot see, I can still see the host of people that are smiling, and I'm very happy to hear from you as well. Miss Brooks, there are our topic for discussion today is issues with online classes. The issues are everywhere, and I'm sure that as a representative from the Ministry of Education, you can speak to a lot of these issues. And so, Miss Brooks, help us to understand how is it that our children today are being impacted. Firstly, let me speak about how they are being impacted by the online classes. Can you say how it impacts them? Now, I'll speak about how it affects them later on, but how do you think it impacts them?
Well, I think the online classes give students, not only students, but parents and teachers, it brings out a lot of adjustments to them. They have to adjust to this whole online issues because we're in this pandemic and face to face could have been better. But no, because of these online issues, we have to get a lot of devices to go on online classes. We have to adjust our kids to pay very keen attention to what is happening. So it's a lot of issues out there, and it's sometimes hard, especially for let's say elderly people who doesn't even understand how to operate online classes once they're a guardian for a child. So it's really rough out there.
Okay, so we know that it can impact them both negatively and positively, right?
Right.
Um, so Miss Brooks, I am looking through my mind's eye. I am listening to the cry of a child. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the child was comfortable within
Mm-hmm.
the classroom,
Mm-hmm.
was comfortable seeing the teacher face to face. And as you said, the child has to make some adjustments. But the
Right.
child is at home, and though yes, the child may love the gadget, the child has to face with, I mean, a lot of talking around,
Right.
um, mommy being there, watching over, feel as if, I mean, somebody's over you with a big stick. The freedom, the leverage that the child once had is not there anymore. But is this good? Can it be good? Or I mean, you know,
Well, it can be good and it can be bad. It can be good in terms of for tertiary students, they more understand the technology base nowadays. So they don't have to get up early in the mornings. They don't have to dress up for online class because most of them use turn off their cameras. They can use meanwhile they can multitask. So meanwhile they're in a classroom setting, they can have another device over here probably trying to figure out getting points on what Miss is presenting in class or so. It can be bad in terms of our babies nowadays. They are easily distracted, very easily distracted. So a 3-year old might be online and their parents pass with something very catchy like a colorful ball. And within 2 minutes, as he glimpses that colorful thing, he's going to stop and wondering what's happening. And it gives us an opportunity as parents to be aware of the weakness and the strength
of the
that
child.
of the child, right?
Okay.
So they can be there and it gives them a more close relationship with
Mm-hmm.
them so they can work on their weak areas, what to do, what not to do. And it also assists the students and these babies to pay keen attention, more homeschooling and stuff like that.
So I'm hearing then that it can cause bonding.
Yes,
So it may allow parent parent children, whatever the case may be, to
right,
be closer. You know,
right.
um, at the same time, the children or child may not have the leverage to run around, and I mean, are idle as they used to at school. So the parent being there, though the child may feel like, yeah, you have a big stick over my back, the parent being there may actually be to the benefit of the child or children. So
And
I'm hearing all of that. But Miss Brooks, I'm also hearing a parent saying to me, that in my space and place, I don't have any internet, I don't have any Wi-Fi, and the Ministry of Education did not provide for the children any tablets, any computers. The education system is not pushing forward to see to it that tablets and stuff like these are in the homes, in the schools. So I know that you're representing the Ministry of Education. I know you're a media analyst. So Miss Brooks, I'm coming right up your street. I want to hear from you. What is the Ministry of Education doing, or what have they done, or what do they have in the pipeline for the future as it relates to these children? Do you have any
currently, we are in the process of doing a campaign
Yes.
where we will have tablets, cell phones, laptops, and other devices to provide to different schools. So let's say by now we're in October. So by now and December 31, we should have like 80% of Jamaica's school population receiving these devices. We might go around by doing drop offs at home, school, whatever it is. Remember, we are not sure how the rest of the following months will go based on the pandemic. So for now, we will be doing some mobile transportation,
But Miss
dropping
Brooks, Miss Brooks,
off.
Miss Brooks. So Miss Brooks, I have to ask you these questions,
I understand. I completely understand.
because there are parents out there crying out.
Right,
So,
right.
Miss Brooks, how many have you been able to assist from your office? How
Mm-hmm.
many were you able to assist just yet?
Well, we have like 3,000 of these devices to be delivered to persons' home and school. So we, as I said earlier, we're doing our campaign and revisiting our budget so we can have approximately 80% of these persons to have these devices. Differently from that, we are discussing some stuff with Flow and Digicel in order to have proper and good internet services so that we can resolve these Wi-Fi issues that we're having and so forth. Because especially for persons in the rural areas, they
Yes.
have difficulties getting online. And but I know that we can control everything. For example, like if JPS might decide to cut today or something like that, we have no control over that. But what we can do, as to the best of our ability, is to just talk to the cable personnels, Flow, Digicel, Ready TV, Power Services, and all of those persons to just work together as a team so we can have quick access. And I know that sometimes the internet, we have a lot of internet overload due to persons accessing online classes and stuff like that. But as I said, we just have to see what Mr. Prime Minister is going to do going forward with the
So
lockdown and all
Miss
of this.
Brooks, so I hear you say that. So you'll have to speak with Digicel, you'll have to speak with Flow, and to make um those in the rural areas, feel a little bit more comfortable as they get access to
Mm-hmm.
internet and stuff like that. So this is
Mm-hmm.
something in the pipeline that you're working on.
Right.
So Miss Brooks, what then can you say to the thousands of students who
Mm-hmm.
are now living in rural areas who have still not been able to access classes since the pandemic? They have not been able to go to a class because they have no
Mm-hmm.
internet, and the government obviously would have been slow in getting this to them, because
Mm-hmm.
currently you're saying to me that this is what you're working on. This has not yet been completed. So
Mm-hmm.
Miss Brooks, what can you say? And I'm saying, Miss Brooks, I'm very happy to have you on Media Talks because I know this is where the facts will come through. So I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
that you're sharing some facts with us. So help us to understand, Miss Brooks. What can we say to the thousands? If these are issues, these are real issues, and these are impacting our students, it will.
I cannot speak for the government or whatever
But you
Andrew
work for the government entity,
is
Miss Brooks.
doing. I cannot speak for the prime minister's part of the government. I can only speak for the Ministry of Education part. So where the rural community is concerned with all of these issues happening, the best thing I can say is the we as I said before, we are working to I know that we have given out tablets already and stuff like
How
that.
many tablets have you given out, Miss Brooks?
We have given out about 2,000 already and we are working on 3,000 more.
How many children do we have registered on the Ministry of Education? How many children do we have island wide?
We have a lot of children
Right.
and
And
every
Miss Brooks,
day
and of
keeps
the of
growing.
the
So
of the number of children, only 2,000, Miss Brooks, and working on only 3,000 more.
remember, we are a part of the government. So Ministry of Education cannot do everything. We have to
Okay.
draw in Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Finance, and all the other
Mm-hmm.
ministries. So, as I said before, I can only talk.
Fisheries and all of these.
Right. So I can
Mm-hmm.
only talk for what the Ministry of Education is has been doing and is doing right now to help out the situation.
Miss Brooks, we have a caller online. We have a caller
Sure.
online. We have a caller online. I'm seeing that her name is Rashida Elliott. Miss Elliott, welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, so we have been trying to get the caller that's online. Call is not coming through, and so at the moment we just go to a break. And don't worry, stay tuned. We won't be long. We'll return shortly. Shortly, there is more in store. Let's go to a quick break, and then we'll return.
Tired of online classes? Tired of internet breaking down and freezing up your online classes? Well, together we will fight and we will rock throughout this pandemic with this online class. This was a public announcement from the Ministry of Education. Keep fighting. We got you.
Reporting live from downtown Kingston in an area known as Greenleaf Village, I'll be interviewing some students and asking them how it is that online school has been affecting them. This is your reporter, Rashida Elliott. Now, Ariana, how has online school been impacting you or affecting you?
Well, when I first did start online school, I did kind of get distracted from my phone when teacher did a teach. But then I feel like now I get a gist of it, I'm going to start do my work, I'm going to start, pay attention in a class.
Okay, good. Let's go in the streets now and interview some more persons. So Nathan, how has it been impacting you?
It has been a positive and negative experience. Firstly, when school started out online, it was a new experience and some challenges figuring out the mechanics of the entire situation. But as time progressed, I learned how to live with it, and it is a pretty good learning experience. It could be better. It's not as good as with face-to-face school, but it's a very good experience.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Matthew.
And how has online class been affecting you?
Well, I can't really see my friend because some of them are turning off their cameras, and at real school I normally can do my work easier because my teacher explains it better because of the audio.
Okay, so you don't like it?
Yes, I don't like the audio.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Hi, what's your name?
Lakim.
And do you attend online classes?
I used to.
How was the experience?
It was good, you know. You don't normally have to wake up too early in the morning to get ready for school and all of that.
Yeah.
Well, online, you just get up like a 5 minutes before, turn on the computer, log on, and then you don't have to stress about where you are, where, and all them things there, you know.
Oh, so you like online class?
Pretty much we can fly down in bed and take notes and feel like teacher not knowing me not doing work, so, you know.
Wow, interesting. Hi, miss, excuse me.
Hi, good
Do you have any children attending online school?
Yes, I do have my nephew attending online classes.
Okay, how has it been affecting him? What is the impact that it has had on his life?
Most of the time what he does is sit down, turns off the camera, teacher is teaching classes all over the place. He absolutely listens to nothing. And I don't think online class is really working for him really. He does better face-to-face.
Okay, so you want him to go back to face-to-face class?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Hi, do you attend online classes?
Yes, I do.
What's your name?
My name is Delia Johnson.
Okay, Dela Johnson, so how has online class been affecting you?
Well, online classes have been affecting me like financially, and also it's made me unable to learn as much as the thing them I would learn in face-to-face classes. I'm not getting enough information, and also my Wi-Fi always giving problem, like it's in and out, and that set me back from my classes, that set me back from learning. It's just a bad situation.
Okay, thank you, Delia. Hi, what's your name?
Carly Maxwell.
Do you have any children attending online classes, Miss Maxwell?
Yes, so for sure, but he's not learning. He's too
distracted and so forth. So
So you don't like online classes?
no, I don't like it not at all.
Okay, thank you, Miss Maxwell. So here with me, I have Anika and Sade, two sisters that are attending online classes. How has it been affecting you, Sade?
Well, for me personally, it has its pros and cons. One pro is that, my lectures are recorded. So if I miss it, I can go over them. In physical school, I would be able to do that. If I miss something, it's just gone. But being at home this long every day, it's depressing. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. I don't have anybody to struggle with me. I'm struggling by myself. So yes, that's it for me.
Thank you, Sade. How about you, Anika? What has it been like? What has online school been like?
Well, for most people, including myself, it's hard doing online school when you're a visual learner, especially when the teachers aren't versed in technology. So it's hard in that sense. But other than that, it's fine, apart from Wi-Fi problems and such. But it's manageable, I guess. So, yep.
Well, there you have it. You heard it here first on Media Talks.
Welcome back. We're very happy that you have chosen to stay with us right here on Media Talks, where we rock all points, all points. And today, as you know, we have been discussing issues with online classes. You'd have seen the videos from the streets. You'd have heard from Rashida Elliott. Now, let me say welcome back, Miss Brooks. Let's discuss some of these videos that we just saw.
All right, the past student that used to do online classes, he actually likes online classes because he got some positivity from it. He doesn't have to get up early, as one of the points I had mentioned earlier. And he can just turn off his camera, be in his pajamas and stuff like that, and he's fine. Another video that we had seen is the little baby saying that he misses friends. They don't have the opportunity to interact with their teammates. They don't. So they have to use the online platform. And bear in mind, when the teachers are on Zoom or Google Meets, wherever it is, if the person is an elderly person, they have to be monitoring 10 or 20 screen. Just think about how many persons is in that class. They have to monitor that screen, go down, and it's sometimes difficult for them. So we at the Ministry of Education are encouraging persons to just try and adjust, cope as best as you guys can, because it is hard. We do not know when this pandemic will be over, but we just have to cope and adjust, try to work closely with our children, and try to, after they have done their classes, try to just go over with them a bit, go over the lessons with them and try to just cope. That's all we can do in this pandemic, and pray that everything works out. So we are doing our best to assist persons out there with our devices in a timely manner, very effective and efficiently. So please cope with us.
All right. All right. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Miss Brooks. I hear you. I am very happy to have you on this program. And I trust and hope that after such a rigorous session that you'll make it your point of duty to join us again on Media Talks, because as I've said, we are rocking all points, right? And for our viewers, I must tell you that Media Talk is sponsored by the Department of Communication Studies at Northern Caribbean University. Yeah, it's a modular course, and of course, as you know, it helps students to enhance and to grow that sort of good stuff. So I can tell you, we wanted to say thank you to our sponsors. Miss Goshine, one of our sponsors, and there are some others, who don't prefer to be mentioned. So we say thank you to all our sponsors. But before we go, there are a few other things that we need we need to tie up. Uh, as we look forward for the future, as we look forward for the future, uh, we see because the truth is, let me put it another way, we don't see the pandemic um leaving us anytime soon. And if it does, I mean, is it that we're going to be saying away with online classes because of the issues that probably would have existed? Or is it that we're going to be saying, okay, here are some solutions for these challenges because online is the way to go, considering that students can be in Kenya, some can be in Japan, some can be in Jamaica, and all over the globe, yet still they're still seeing the same teacher, they're still doing the same course. Some are able to go to work and to return home, sit in a class session, and still can obtain more. And by the way, you can still meet new friends online. Yeah,
Right.
because I'm saying, Miss Brooks, of course, you are a friend of mine, and I hope that you'll take me as your friend as well. Yeah. So looking down the road, um, coming from the Ministry of Education, you know, give us your last few words, on this going forward. How do you see the future? What sort of advice do you have, considering all of this surrounding media and education?
Well, the good thing about it is the children and students, other students, have the opportunity to keep these devices as long as they want. So in the future, if there's still online classes, they have the opportunity to use their devices, and working with the contracting companies regarding the internet issues and so forth. They, as you can see, they have been doing a lot of promotions of how to get fast internet and stuff like that. I know they have put in place where they have different types of modems and services to get fast and better internet.
Yes.
So in the future, I think with all that combining and the devices with the online classes, I think it will work.
Yeah.
But we just have to go through what we will do though. We will do some spot checks, like go around, make sure everyone is coping with the online issues to see what's better strategy we can do going forward.
Okay, okay. So we are looking at solutions
Right,
for the issues, because of course we just don't want to discuss the issues.
right,
We also want to make solutions. We want to ensure that there are solutions for the issues. Yes,
right,
because it is, and this only happens on Media Talks. All right, it only happens on Media Talks, where we rock all points, all points.
right.
Your issues can be solved here. We get them. By the way, I see a caller coming in. I see a caller coming in. I see a caller coming in. Mary Jane, I see somebody calling. So let's take this caller. Let's take this caller. Um, caller.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome, welcome. You've caught us in the last few moments. I know you have a burning, probably something burning on your heart why you would have called. Let's hear it.
Yes, so what I want to know now, I have
Mhm.
some children at home, you see,
Yes.
and because of the whole COVID, I haven't been working, and school had fee, have to pay and stuff. So what I want to know is the Ministry of Education going to help me and my children with that?
Sure. What you can do at the end, you can just give us a call at 188-224-5511,
Mm-hmm.
and we will proceed in having that process done for you, because we're not leaving anybody behind. The children are our future, right? So once you give us that call, we will go through the necessary protocols and process for you to have your kids cooperating with online classes. If it's even to do school adoption, or have someone try to come into play to
Mm-hmm.
homeschool them and all of that. So we got you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, no problem, and thank you for calling us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for calling, Mary Jane. See, I keep telling you, and I keep telling you, I keep telling you, my viewers, that this is where the solutions are had. This is where we rock all points, and this is why we get people like Miss Brooks to join us on this platform, so your challenges can be eliminated.
Yes, and
And
remember,
you,
we're here to help everybody. Everybody. We might not be able to do a lot of things that we want to do, but we are doing that to like about 90% of our ability.
Miss Brooks, that's what I'm saying. We appreciate you and the work you do. Don't feel, don't. I am just the host. I'm just a journalist. And so, if you hear me asking any questions, and that may, I mean no ill. I'm just the one voice. Call just replying. A lot of that is are responding to a lot of that was being said in the streets, whether it is true or not.
That's
I
fine.
have to
Welcome to
ask,
the
and I know you
media.
understand.
Welcome to the media. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I
We
know
need
you
the
understand.
legit sources and legit information, and that is what we are here to do.
Right, right. So that's what I'm saying to our people. You know, on this platform, their challenges will be eliminated and they will be elevated. Yeah. So we thank God, for what is being done. We thank God for the information received. And so, ladies and gentlemen, until next week, same time, same place. It's Media Talks where we rock all points, all points. Listen, make sure you are here. Don't miss. Don't miss. Next week, same time, same place, Media Talks. God bless you. Walk safe. Walk good. Take care. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.